What does it mean, Hashem's name? So just like you say by everything else in the world that it's specific to that Bria, that the essence of that creation is really in the letters of its name, so too, the essence, Kiviyachal, of Hashem, or whatever we can grasp of Hashem, is in His name. And that's why the name of Hashem is really so important, especially when a person goes deeper and understands everything that's hidden in the name of Hashem and the different letters and what its miramas and the milah and the milah to the milah. Why? Because we know that the name really includes the essence. So obviously there's nothing that can include Hashem. That it says already in Tefillah Shel Eliyahu, in Zohar Kadosh Parshas Truma, it says in Tefillah Shel Eliyahu, there's no letter and no point that can include Hashem. Hashem is beyond our grasp. But the way that Hashem created the world, that we should be able to relate to Him, it has a formation that we can relate even to Hashem, and that's the shame of Hashem. Now, when a person goes and he uses his speech, and he says the letters, come to Sfarim HaKadoshim, and they basically are telling us that what's going on is that he's now not only saying letters, but what man has is the ability to manipulate the spiritual realities. When a person says words, so what he's doing is actually moving the same spiritual realities that are encompassed in the letters of those words. This we know from the Parsha of Nedarim, Shavuos, Kedushas later, beginning of Parshas Matos. Whatever a person says, we have passed down Tzadik goyz v'Kodesh Baruch Hu Mekayim, Kodesh Baruch Hu goyz v'Tzadik mevatel. What does it mean? All has to do with the koich of speech. So then you'll ask, well, why doesn't it work for everyone? Why can't everyone just say zap and then just get rid of all their enemies? The answer is because if a person's not careful with his speech, so it's like a knife that you used in all the wrong ways, and it got totally dulled. So it doesn't have any koich to it. Doesn't have any strength. Doesn't mean anything because it's used in all different ways, and people say things they don't mean them. So they're machalal in a certain way. But if a person holds his dibur as sharp and as clean as he would hold the most precise instrument of a doctor, that's totally clean and precise, so too would be his speech. He's the koich of tzaddik. And they're so careful with the words that their kli of dibur is still intact. It actually works. But really it could be for every yid. That's the importance. That's why it's so important to hold our dibur. So now when we come back to the idea of Shemus HaKodesh, what is Shemus HaKodesh? So we have passed down that there are certain Shemus for different situations that a person can use to bring about changes in reality. A person can use Shemus HaKodesh to bring about changes in reality in this world. And that level is called Kabbalah Masis. It means using the levels of Kabbalah that we have passed down to change the Olam HaMaaseh, to change down here. By the way, Kabbalah Masis has already been assered. It's outlawed for Ashkenazim. And Rabbanim put a cherem on anyone who uses, Ashkenazim Rabbanim put a cherem on anyone who uses Kabbalah Masis nowadays. So we can't even access it. When approximately? I have to check.
Before Baal Shem
I think maybe since then.
Only Ashkenazim.
Only Ashkenazim. It means that the Sephardim can still use Kabbalah Masis. So you know stories of the Baba Sali, you've heard of, and Rav Kaduri, Zchayim Merucha. But they say, nonetheless, that a person should avoid it because being that the world is such the place that it is, it's very dangerous. It's dangerous to use Kabbalah Masis nowadays because of the avenues that can be channels, that can be changed, etc., and it can come out in other ways in the person's life. So actually it says explicitly that people who use Kabbalah Masis now, they enter into a danger of Chas v'Shalom, the children being able to stay on the derech. Ad kedei kach. So even though it's not also by Sfardim, But in general, most fathers would not use Kabbalah Masis.
Well, that's
But I'm going over all this just so you should have a musig that there is such a thing. By Hasidim also, would not Hasidim or Ashkenazim in this Shorish. Also to use Kabbalah Masis. But we'll see what this, so we'll see. You see by the end of the Shir what takes place. But the point is that there is such a thing in the world. And don't come and say, well, you're making it up, a Rashi and Chimish, that you know that there is use of the spiritual levels. What does the Rashi say in Chimish? When they went to fight against Midian. So what did Bilam do and the other Malachim? They flew in the air. How they fly in the air? Such a thing as sorcery. Oh, come on, isn't that only in the movies? No, there is such a thing as manipulating, real manipulation of koiches in this world. Sefer HaChinuch says, on the mitzvah of Isser of Kishuf, that's what Kishuf is. It's like mixing, it's like shad mixing the koiches, and that's why it's awesome. But a person can't manipulate the koiches. Says Rashi, what did Pinchas do when he went to war? So he took the tzitz. It was Eliezer Kohen. Took the tzitz, and he showed the name of Hashem, and then all the kishuf doesn't work anymore. So he fell down, and they were able to kill him. But these things, even though they seem unusual to you, it's only because nowadays spirituality is so covered up that we can't even imagine that spirituality has a reality. But there's no question that it does. And especially by Yidden, we have passed down what the source is and how to use it properly, B'Kedusha. So that's the Inyan of Shem.